Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Quibski. We'll do a Solutions Architect edition naman this time. No? So my guest today is Kevin. Kevin, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm John Kevin Losito. My nickname is Kevin. Uh, my background is web development, mainly on PHP. But currently, I'm working as a developer analyst. So it's a level 2 application support.
I see. For those that are wondering, what's the difference between a developer and a developer analyst?
Well, for developers, you mostly develop the software or the website, the programs itself, while the developer analyst is more like troubleshooting the products that you are supporting, uh, checking for backlogs or like the error logs, and providing solutions if we can provide workarounds or the solutions for the raised issue, raised error. So, in our case, if there's nothing we can do about it, so we need to raise it to the level 3. Mhm.
I see. I see. No. So Kevin, I understand you have multiple certifications. No. With what certifications do you have?
I have a cloud practitioner and then the SysOps admin associate.
So that's congratulations on that certification. Huh? So you started with cloud practitioner and SysOps. Why did you take
Yes.
SysOps? This might be a question for other people. No, they might think why SysOps versus let's say the popular choice of solutions architect.
Well, at first I was thinking of choosing solutions architect, but then uh, my target plan or target path is the DevOps engineering.
Mm,
So I jumped to SysOps since it's under the DevOps path.
I see.
And also it's a personal budget, so I need to cut off some expenses.
I see. I see. I see. And you were able to use your 50% discount, no? Given that,
Yes.
so every time you pass an exam, there's a 50% discount. So at least that helps the personal budget,
Yes, yes.
right? Okay. So I'll in this show I'll show you a couple of questions, and
Mhm.
basically I'll read the questions, and then you read the answers, no, and just give us your line of thought why you answered those questions. All right.
Yep.
Okay. So let's start. So our questions is powered by Tutorials Dojo. Okay, so first question. You are a SysOps administrator for a leading technology communications company, which uses a large reserved instance to host their online customer portal. The operation team noticed that the instance public IP address is always changing when the instance is stopped or terminated. You are instructed to implement a solution to mask the failure of an instance by rapidly remapping the address to another EC2 instance in your VPC. Also, the public IP address of the EC2 instance should not change anymore. Which of the following solution should you do to satisfy the requirements? Ayan, that's our first question.
All right. This question asks for solution to make the public IP address static.
Mhm.
So for the that service to be used is an elastic IP address. So elastic IP address is used to make to attach a static IP address, and also uh, it allows to automatically remap the address to another EC2 instance in the VPC?
Mhm.
So the answer would be the second option, attach an elastic IP address to the EC2 instance.
Okay. So I'll just read out the other options, no, and you tell me why you didn't choose it, no. So Kevin has chose attach an elastic IP address to the EC2 instance. The first option was use the Elastic Network interface to create a static public IP address. Why didn't you choose this one?
Because elastic network interface is not used to create static public IP addresses.
It,
It is just a networking component in VPC.
right. Okay. Cool. And would you know what enhanced networking feature and the third option does as well?
Enhanced networking feature. I'm I'm not really.
Or
I reviewed it before, but I'm not really
familiar.
familiar with that.
And lastly, the placement group is basically just, I don't know, either cluster or spread.
Cluster or spread, yes.
Yeah. This one's, would you say this question was fairly easy, no? Because Elastic IP is quite known, no?
Yes, yes.
All right, so let's check it out if it's correct. Ayan, it's correct. Very good, no? That is correct. And here we have the explanation from Tutorials Dojo. All right. So next question. You are working as a SysOps administrator for a tech startup company. Your manager instructed you to develop a mobile application which sends and fetches data to a Dynamodb table. The app is using the Dynamodb SDK and root account access keys to connect to the Dynamodb. Which of the following is the best option to improve the security of this architecture?
Mhm.
Okay, so
Alright.
here are your options.
So for first option, you should provision an IAM role with EC2 and DynamoDB access. Attach the IAM role to the EC2 instance, which will route all calls coming from the mobile app to the DynamoDB table. And then I think I'll go with the options. For the second option, provision an IAM role with Web Identity Federation that validates calls to DynamoDB using a well-known third-party identity provider such as login with Amazon, Facebook, Google, or any OpenID Connect 2.0 compatible provider.
Mm-hmm.
Third option, you should create a separate IAM user for the mobile app and attach a policy that provides access to DynamoDB. Fourth option, create an IAM user which will be used solely by the mobile app with Web Identity Federation that validates calls to DynamoDB using a well-known third-party identity provider such as login with Amazon, Facebook, Google, or any OpenID Connect 2.0 compatible provider. Okay, so I will choose the first option. You should provision an IAM role with EC2 and DynamoDB access. Attach the IAM role to an EC2 instance, which will route all calls coming from the mobile app to the DynamoDB.
Okay. All right. Now, so there are a couple of things here that we noticed is very bad practice. Number one is don't use root account access
Access,
keys. No,
yes.
oh, that's very bad. Okay, cool. So your choice is to have an IAM role, no, with
Okay.
EC2. Correct. The first option.
No, I think I'll have to choose it. To choose another one.
Okay.
Mhm. So, I think I'll choose the third option. So you should create a separate IAM user for the mobile app and attach a policy that provides access to DynamoDB.
Okay. So here, basically, it looks like the difference here is it's using an IAM user while the other one uses an IAM role.
IAM role.
So is this your final answer, the third option?
I think yes.
Yeah. So let's check it out. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so let's click check. Ayan, so no, so here, basically
Really?
the correct answer would be the IAM role with
Okay.
federated calls to Dynamodb. No? So I think I'll show the explanation. But basically, the idea there is it's a mobile app. No?
Yes.
You also don't want a single user or a
Mhm.
single role or single user to act as if any user. So what you want here is that you're logging it per user of the mobile app or per account. Like for example, if you're playing, uh, if this was a mobile app for storage, you want that user to have its own identity so that it can be logged. And so, okay, next question. You are working as a SysOps administrator in a leading media company where you are tasked to launch a data analytics application. He designed the architecture to use on-demand EC2 instances in an auto-scaling group, which read messages from an SQS queue. After a month, the new application has been deployed to production, but the operations team noticed that when the incoming message traffic increases, the EC2 instances fall behind and it takes too long to process the message. How can you configure the current cloud architecture to reduce the latency during traffic spikes? And so that's the question we have.
Okay. First option, set up a CloudWatch alarm and upgrade the auto-scaling group's capacity only when the incoming traffic spikes. Second option, in the auto-scaling group, configure the scale-out policy to add more EC2 instances based on given schedule. Third option, configure the auto-scaling group to scale out based on the disk space used of the EC2 instances. Fourth option, configure the auto-scaling group to scale out based on the number of messages in the SQS queue. Okay, so the scenario uh, uses the SQS. Uh, it's stated that uh, you design the architecture to use on-demand EC2 instances in an auto-scaling group which read messages from an SQS queue. And then you notice that incoming message traffic increases, the EC2 instances fall behind. So you need to set up the auto-scaling group uh, based on the number of messages in the SQS queue. So I
Okay.
choose the fourth option.
All right. Okay. Fourth option, no? So SQS, our queuing service, and auto scaling group, which increases or decreases the number of, in this case, the number of worker loads. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right, let's check it out. All right, it's correct, no? So that's a good practice based on the number of things in the queue. It's like your queue depth, and that's something also you can check in your databases, no? Queue depth, and then you'll find out how many things to process left, and so you should scale out based on that. All right, so that is correct. Okay, our fourth question. You are working as an AWS technical specialist for a renewable energy company. They currently have an application that uses an Oracle database deployed in a large EC2 instance, which houses data that are infrequently accessed. What storage type for the EC2 instance is the most cost-effective solution that can host the database? Ooh, this is a A little difficult, no? Because it's asking the storage type for databases.
Um, yes, but for this one, since it stated that uh, the data are infrequently accessed, so with that, I'll choose the cold HDD since it is the most cost effective when it comes to storing data which are infrequently accessed.
All right, cool. No, so that's let's check it out. Are you? Is this your final answer?
Yes, final answer.
Okay, let's check it out. That is correct. No, every kind of storage has their own unique purpose, or at least best case. No, so obviously you don't want to put this in the provision IOPS SSD because it's infrequent and it's expensive also. No, if you are running provisioned, that means your application is yeah, meaning high usage.
I took,
Oo. And also very expensive. So that's good luck to you if you have that.
yes.
So there you go. Cold HDD is the best use case for that. Okay, and our last question is: you are working as a SysOps administrator in a leading tech consultant firm, which has an AWS Virtual Private Cloud, or VPC, with one public subnet. The firm has a new blockchain application, which you deployed to an M3 large EC2 instance. After a month, your manager instructed you to ensure that the application can support IPv6 address. Which of the following you do to satisfy the requirement? Right. Uh, so here's your options. There's a lot, no? It's
Yes,
a
this is quite hard questions.
uh, but basically, the question ultimately is to support IPv6. So if you're
Yes,
Yeah. So while you're reading out the options, no, I'll just tell our viewers what is IPv6. So guys, IPv6 is our new protocol for network. So we start with IPv4. You've noticed, maybe you've seen somewhere like 192.168.1.1. So there's only four blocks, no? So that's why it's called IPv4. So the problem with IPv4 is now that we are a connected world, there is a theory that our IP address space is running out because that's a more finite number if you think about it. So 256 times 256 times 256 times 256, that's a limited number. So with an introduction of IPv6, you can imagine, no, that extends our permutation. And so we would be able to support more devices, more IoTs in the future. Right? Maybe in the far future, there will also be like IPv8 or IPv12, but at the moment, it's IPv6. That's the current and slowly being adopted. Okay. So have you? We also still have one more option here, Kevin. Our last
yes.
fourth option, if you want to read.
All right. Um, I think I have a answer already.
Okay, what's
So,
your
but
option
for
number?
this uh,
Uh,
type of questions, I mostly do elimination.
mhm.
Yep. So the fourth one is, I'm sure it's not the correct answer, since
Okay.
the first step is attach an egress-only internet gateway to the VPC and subnets, and the question only asks to enable IPv6,
Okay.
and egress only is used if you want to use IPv6 and only allow internet access outside. I mean, you want to allow internet from PC to the internet but not from internet to the instances or VPC.
Okay.
So that's I think it's already wrong.
Okay.
And then for the three choices left, mm, associate an IPv6 header block with the VPC and subnets, correct? Update the route tables, correct? And then update and the security group rules, that's correct. Then number four, change instance type to C1 quick search. The other one, I think M3, the instance is M3, right?
So the initial instance was an M3 large, correct?
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, M3 instances don't support IPv6. So the choice, so you should change the instance type to M4 large instance, and then assign IPv6 addresses to the EC2 instance. So my answer is the third option.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, let's check it out. Correct. No. Very well. So basically, you got majority of it correct. And congratulations on that. You really are a SysOps certified. No? I personally didn't know na M3 large does not support IPv6. No, I guess sizes do matter. No, actually no. This is not size pala. This is the generation type.
Uh,
No,
yeah, instance type.
instance
Yes.
type. The family. So
Mhm.
M4 being newer, it supports the IPv6. M3, so it's an older family. So that's why I guess that M3 generation does not support it. So very good that you remember this detail.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, so I'm just gonna scroll down now for the people who want to read the rest. Right. So again, that's our quiz meet time. So Kevin, I see that you have a blog now, so I'm gonna show it here as well.
Yes.
Go ahead and promote your blog, no? So as advice to our viewers.
All right. You can check my blog at blog.johnkevinlosito.com. Although I'm not updating it regularly, but I'll try to make posts uh, or if I made some notes or if I made projects and document it, so I'll post it here. I'll also share it on my Facebook account on and LinkedIn or Twitter.
All right, no? So that's it. Thank you very much, Kevin, for being a guest here in our YouTube video, no? Any last words of advice for our viewers?
Uh, I think I some uh, exam preparation tips. So for me, it's better if you book your exam already, so that you already have that goal, and so you will be forced to study and to review. Unlike if you don't have that date yet, that exam date, so it's more chances of prolonging the preparation or what do you call it? Yeah, it's like just for me, like if if you don't have the set time frame, so the workload will be larger or longer. Unlike if you already have, yeah, if you already scheduled your exam, so you have that mindset that I need to prepare within this time frame. I need to pass. or else I will lose my money. I will waste my money, I waste my time. So I think that's all I think.
All right. Thank you.
Um,
Thank you very much, Kevin. And that's it for now, for tonight, our viewers. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to guest, reach out to me. You can also comment, no, and I am, or you can go to our Facebook page or just type in the form that go.awsug.ph/speaker. Right. So okay. Thank you, everyone. See you around, and bye bye. Bye, Kevin.
bye. Thanks.